What's up? It is Sunday in the morning. It is the rubber match of the three-game set versus the New York Yankees, formerly known as the New York Highlanders, and the Tampa Bay Rays, formerly known as the Tampa Bay Shitty Rays. Jake, how you doing today?
A little fib there, or maybe just a slip up from our notes team, but I'm doing all right. Just had a hearty breakfast.
Ooh, what you have? You eat everything?
Omelet, cheese, sausage, and bacon, double meat. So
wow,
yeah,
that's what they said about you when you were born. What is it? It's a double meat.
Double meat. So we'll see about all that. I'm doing all right. I'm interested. I had a quick, I don't know if it's a flip flop or an undecided, because it's game 3. A lot of people know that this game is going to be, the defending Cy Young winner is on the other side of the field, and I wanted to know, because I was coming into this kind of like, ho-hum, sad, they've got Snell, we're in Tampa, here we go, our bullpen's kind of spent, this lineup is at. But, is there the world where it's like the pressure is on the Rays here? Like it's Snell, we're in Tampa. They lose to the Yanks with our not best lineup out there.
Yeah, I don't know, let's give out the lineup and then our thoughts on it.
How are you doing, though?
I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything. It's storming all night. Super windy and rainy. A tree out my window. Blowing. Here we go. DJ LeMahieu's leading off playing second base. Louis Voit is at first base batting second. How about that? The first baseman's batting second. The second baseman's batting first.
Classic.
Urshela. Gio the God Urshela moves to the 3-hole playing third. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Clint Frazier's at cleanup playing right field. Andy War's at DH. Mabin's in left field. Tyro Bullet Estrada is at shortstop. Austin Romine's behind the dish. Talkman is in center field. Tanaka is on the bump. Gardner, Gary, Glaber, the 3 Gs are on the bench. I think I'm institutionalized, Jake.
No. How's that relate to this?
Because I'm not upset about this lineup, and I knew that this lineup was coming. Maybe I'm just too deep into like Yankees mindset. Like I knew Nestor Cortez was getting 2 innings no matter what yesterday. Right. As soon as they said Chad Green's coming up soon. So when I go back and think about it, someone was like, well, they shouldn't have been Nestor. And I was like, well, who else was there? Is there Sessa? And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I would have rathered Sessa. I just knew they were going to throw Nestor, so I figured, why get upset about this? I know it to be a fact. Gary's not playing today, and I'm not even upset about that. We can get your thoughts on this. Gardner, no one's complaining about Gardner taking the day off.
No, I was actually laughing about that because I said I didn't want Gardner in there yesterday because he had a bad Friday and he was going to need a day off anyways. And then I laughed because they're playing Snell tomorrow. So Gardy was like, "Oh no, I'll sit tomorrow." Cool. Talkman can play out there against Snell.
And then Glaber's had one game he didn't start all season, and he came in the 8th inning anyway. And he just took a hit by pitch yesterday, and this is on turf, and they're always cautious. Like I just knew that this lineup was coming last night, and Jack Curry told everyone on the post game like expect this. So I don't know. Everyone's up in arms. I don't know. How upset are you about this?
Yeah, not super upset. I'm not in love with the Glaber stuff because he has had two off days in the past 2 weeks. There's a lot of way you could spin and look at the numbers. And he's had a hit in his 15 of his last 16 games. So Glaber's been playing really well. And I called him out before this series for the glove, and he was doing some nice stuff out there, especially game 1. So it is what it is. I don't know. It's kind of like you said. It is that mindset where it's almost like a dominoes effect. It's like, okay, well, we're gonna rest Gardy. Well, we have to either DH or rest Gary, and it's like, well, let's just rest him because we have to get Andujar in there, and it's like, well, if we're gonna rest him, might as well rest Glaber today too. So yeah, and when they scored that third run yesterday, that's when you knew. Cortez City.
Yeah. Well, yesterday I'm not even mad about that loss, and we'll get to this on the post game because we got beat because a Gold Glove second baseman made a rare mistake, and a guy who came up to be on our team for one day gave up a 3-run homer. Like, that's not who the Yankees are. So it kind of sucks that they're playing these people. Like, that part sucks, but I don't think it's an indictment on the Yankees skill level when those guys. But it's
Tampa's pretty good too.
Yeah,
Tampa's pretty good too.
Yeah. All right. Tampa's lineup is Austin Meadows is DHing and leading off. That's interesting, huh? DH. Sure. We've had a catcher leading off. We've had a DH leading off. Not your typical leadoff spot, guys. Tommy Pham in left field with his contacts. That was weird. G-Man Choi at first base. Yandy Diaz at third. Batting fifth is Brandon Lowe at second base. Avisail Garcia went deep twice yesterday in right field. Kiermaier, the hot dog, back in center field. Daniel Robertson at shortstop, Anthony Bem Boom at catching, making his major league debut at 29 years old. His idol must be Kratzy.
Yeah, I don't know about idol. He probably respects Kratzy, but always one of those fun baseball stories, man. Anthony Bem Boom getting that MLB debut. And oh, by the way, kid, you're catching last year's Cy Young winner.
Yeah, Snell is on the mound.
Who you're older than.
Let's go to the pitching matchup. Tanaka versus Snell. I'm going to do Snell first. Snell's had a rougher season than you would imagine. 2 starts ago, he got blown up for 7 earned runs, but his last start was 6-0. Before that, he only didn't get out of the 4th inning and gave up 2 earned runs, 3 unearned runs. But he does have his good starts, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. It's not the Cy Young season so far. He struggled a little more than you'd expect.
Yeah, and he had a little injury there for a little bit. I mean, his first 2 starts of the year, 7 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, no earned runs. Next one was 6, 11 strikeouts, 1 earned run. So, I mean, the guy will still twirl one on you. No Q's aid.
Brett Gardner and Gary Sanchez have good numbers versus Snell, so that's why they're sitting today. Yep. I guess people could be upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was either DH Andujar or Gary today, and they went with Andujar to get Gary the day off.
I mean, yeah, but catchers sit once a week since the beginning of baseball. Like, that is just like, people seem to forget that every time Gary sits. Like, every catcher sits once a week since the beginning of baseball. And Gary, the last 2 times that he sat, has DH'd. So it's like, dude needs a day off. That's how it works. Yep. He got whacked in the head yesterday. So that's just, yeah, same. All right. Snell versus the Yankees. It's not the best track record, Jake. Even last year, Cy Young year, we had 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 3.1 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs was his best outing. His best outing versus us last year, he was a Cy Young winner, was 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. So that's interesting. I mean, it's not the same lineup he's seeing today, so he might breeze through this one a little more, but he does not have a good history versus the Yankees. On the other side of the ball, we got Tanaka. Now, I feel like Tanaka either shuts the Rays down or gets blown up. That's like what my memory tells me. I don't know what the history is, because I know he went complete game shutout last time he was in Tampa.
Right.
That's when we got the sun will come out Tanaka.
Yeah, he's got a couple middler starts in there. He's got a six innings pitched, 2 earned runs.
I'll take that today.
4-3, not so hot. Blown up, 2 for 7, 3 for 6, and then an 8 for 1. So, yeah, I mean, and it's Tanaka. We've seen before. You see it in the playoff stuff. He knows who's on the other side of the mound today. He knows what the Yankees needs. He knows that the last 4 starting pitchers haven't thrown more than 5 innings. So he'll still be in search of that splitter. We'll see if that shows up today. That would be a huge pick me up. But yeah, I mean, Tanaka knows the task at hand. We've got factoring injuries in the bench, we have our D+ lineup in today, and they're going against former Cy Young winner. So Tanaka, shove or be shoved.
Yeah. Tanaka's got it. Big game pitcher.
We seeing Chad today?
Anymore. No, I hope not. I hope they use Chad as an opener for lasagna on Wednesday or on Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is. I hope they save Chad. Everyone else is fine. They can throw. Might see Sessa. It's been a while. Other than that, everyone had the off.
They might save him for lasagna.
Yeah, but Chad's been opening. I want to see Chad as the opener. So that's like I have no inclination that the Yankees are going to do that. That's just my want.
Right.
That's just my want. But Sessa's available, and everyone else should be available. So if we're in it by the end, I would expect the big guns.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll be what's going to be interesting is the area, the gray area, will be the down one. You might not see the big guns.
You think we might not see them?
If we're like down one, like I think regularly, if our bullpen had regular rest, I think you'd expect to see someone slightly better in that spot. I mean, we burnt Holder yesterday, so he's out. But yeah, if we're down, maybe it is Sessa, but maybe they're saving him for tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know how they're going to do this, but
yeah, get the lead and use the good guys and win.
I like that.
Old-fashioned.
It's a good call. What are you looking out for today, Jake?
Jimmy, my what to watch for today is extra base hits. When Tanaka is on the bump, everyone knows our home run worries with Tanaka. Normally those solo shot gopher balls. Jimmy, in this Tampa Bay lineup, 7 of the 9 hitters have extra base hits off of Tanaka. The 2 guys that don't are Austin Meadows, their leadoff hitter, who's been looks like the best hitter on their team, and Anthony Baboom, who's having his major league debut today. So that's not to say they all have great numbers, but I'm instead of watching out for the homer, I'm watching out for the extra base hits. These guys have slapped some doubles off of him in the past, and when I mentioned this to you before the show, I mean, obviously the whole approach and everything against Snell is going to be interesting, but you're probably not going to put together, 3 singles in an inning against him. So some extra bases on our side. 2 would be nice, and you wonder if they turn into the small ball Yankees or if Gio the God just locks in his all-star game today.
Yeah, Gio the God.
Yeah.
My what to watch for is Thairo Estrada. Been on the bench a little bit. He's been hitting. Everyone's upset Glaber's out. So if Thairo can come through, that quiets those fears. And actually, Thairo was given the spot over Wade, which was a big move.
Yeah.
He won the spot over Wade. Wade lost the spot over him, you could say. Either way you want to put it, that was like a nice gesture that I didn't think the Yankees would go out of their way to do. Because the easy decision was just send Thairo back down. But they hurt Wade's feelings and probably Wade's development. Wade's done. But Thairo got the spot over him. So he's gotta maybe he feels the need to prove them right, And now this might be his tallest task all year. Snell.
Tyro's been a little cold since his hot start. He got his first home run, but that's his only hit in his last 10 plate appearances. He had that really nice play in the field that saved the other game he was in, though. So we'll see with Thairo Estrada playing shortstop for the Yanks, babe.
Yeah, and the bullpen is always interesting. And Maben back in the lineup, and Tauchman better make a diving catch in center or 2 because he's garbage with his bat.
Yeah, he's actually been doing okay lately, which is kind of funny. But it is we do have a big righty stack. I mean,
he's been doing well on paper, but I mean, all of his hits have been like check swings and flares.
Hey, take him how you get him, man. But yeah, big righty stack against Snell. I mean, those the first 8. So we'll see if that can be a factor at all. I don't know. I think Snell likes to throw Snell's a strikeout guy, which also can translate into him throwing a lot of pitches. I think that's in the head. That's the Yankees strategy. But Diego Castillo threw 2 innings yesterday, but it was only 21 pitches. I think they're going to be full bullpen. And again, I think we might look back and be like, this game means a lot more to Tampa than it means to the Yankees right now.
This game means a lot more to Yankee fans than it means to the Yankees right now. The Yankees aren't playing this as if it's any other game. And whatever.
Easy there. This game means more to Tampa than it does to the Yankees. That's a good out for you.
I'll just tell people. I was just saying, I still think it's the Red Sox that we worry about, not the Rays.
I don't know about that. I think you have to be worried about both to a certain degree. The Rays are really good, and I'm a big fan of the World Series slump, as you know.
Another thing to watch for is if Clint Frazier drops a ball in right field with Tanaka on the bump again, I think we may have a murder situation.
Yeah.
I think we see a side of Tanaka that like only his brother and mom saw when he was 10. That one time he freaked out, killed a frog or something. Like we may see some dark side of Tanaka if Clint drops another ball.
Tanaka's never killed a frog. I would say you're more likely fly ball to right, see Tank run out there and snag it. This is how you do this, Clint.
Both hamstrings are pulled. He's laying on the ground, ball and glove though, looking up at Clint.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you catch a ball.
You're welcome, son.
Let's move on to the Homer draft. It's the Homer draft. Jake, no one's been on the board for so long because the Yankees haven't hit any homers.
Last series I won in a blowout, so don't try to bring me into your slumping issues here.
You won 1-0 in a 4-game set.
Well, yeah, in a blowout.
Who got you the home run? Gardner?
357. Hit the top of the wall. Bomb shot.
Yeah, they haven't been hitting a lot of home runs. What was the final score yesterday?
Went over. That last home run put it over. It was 9.
Oh, go us then. We're the best ever.
Go you?
Oh, go me. Wow, you had the under.
Go you? You're the over-under guy for now.
All right. Who do I want in the Homer draft? I go first, I believe, right? No, you go first. You go first. I took Urshela first yesterday.
I will go first. I've taken Voit, Clint, Andujar, and Glaber. Voit, Clint, Andujar, and Glaber. I'm going to take Urshela the God. Batting 3-hole, Cy Young on the mound? Yeah, done. Too easy.
Okay. I'm taking Voit.
Sure.
Almost got one yesterday. Dead center. Got caught. I am taking Voit. And I am taking DJ LeMahieu. Popped one yesterday. David John makes long gone. I'm going Voit and DJ. You have Urshela and
Cameron Maben, man. Big swings. Big Daddy hacks.
That's
he said that's been his big change since coming to the Yankees. Every other hitting coach told him to just, put it in play, use your legs. He said that Thames is telling him to swing big. So he's doing it.
That's a little bit like Charlie Morton. They just told me to throw harder.
He said that. Did you listen to R2C2 yet?
No, I didn't. But it's funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny advice.
You can kind of picture it if you're the hitting coach. Like, man, if we can get this guy just putting the ball in play so much, he's so athletic, blah, blah, blah. And Thames and the Yankees who are in like, hey, you're only going to be here for a couple weeks. Let it loose, buddy.
It's like that's what they said with Didi. Arizona was telling him when it's a lefty pitcher to just go the other way with it, and the Yankees were like, "No, dude, your natural swing is you would rocket that," and they were like, "Just swing big." But it's funny to just give that advice. I could give that advice. Hit a homer.
Yeah, a little slightly good twist.
Just try to hit that home run. All right, what's the over-under today? It's got to be low, right? It's got to be 7 again.
Snell and Tank. I'm guessing 7.5.
I'm guessing 7 again. I mean, with I don't know who was it. Happ and no, it wasn't Happ. Who pitched the first game?
We've come a long way. It was CC yesterday.
Who the fuck?
Game 1 was Herman, the best
Okay.
pitcher in the AL.
Okay. Herman versus Glass now was Katie.
The two best pitchers in the AL. Today's over under is 7 on the nose. You had it.
All right, I'm going under again.
Give me the over.
Okay. I'm 9-7. You're 7-9. That's fun parallel. Yeah. Anything else, Jake? If you're tuning into this and you want to hear the post series recap podcast, you can watch that live on YouTube if you're a Patreon member. Otherwise, it'll be available on all the podcast apps late tonight, definitely tomorrow morning. How heartbroken are you going to be if they lose? Does it depend the matter in which they lose?
No. I mean, I'll be if we lost 2 out of 3 games set at Tampa, I'll be disappointed. I think there's a lot to talk about between rotation, bullpen, and everything, but it'll depend how it looks a little bit. But no, I mean, it's what it is. What about you?
No, I don't. I mean, let's win. There's ways to have this be a heartbreaking loss.
Oh yeah,
I've liked what we've seen so far from the Yankees. Like, these have been good baseball until Nestor Cortez gave up that 3-run bomb. We've been in nice, close baseball games. Like I said, the errors or misplays by DJ, how upset can those really make you? Like, those are rare. Like, we probably won't see them again for another month.
If that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. That's the end of this. Thank you, guys. We will be back tomorrow. All right. Go Yanks.